Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Mizzle. You watch my channel Mizzle 14, and I'm back doing a review of Belle Collective Season 1, Episode 2, Wigs and Waffles. I'm enjoying the show so far. This episode, we got a little bit more backstory. We know that last week was premiere, but YouTube showed that episode basically like a week or 2 weeks ago. So I already did the review on that. So now we have to wait a while before the next review episode. So here it goes. And I also did the pre-special review when Egypt Sherrod and Carlos King talked about some of the background stories about the ladies. So here go episode 2, y'all. Let's jump right into it. So we get Latrice. She talked to her publicist, Mel, and they working on launching her hair care line. I mean, we already know she had a wig line, which has been very successful. Goddess Left Beauty hair. And she said she started that company in the trunk of her car. She started the trunk of her car. She had people lined up, like McDonald's, whatever, getting like hair products because it was so popular. And then since then, it just started launching from there, and it got big. And we know she's selling wigs and vending machines, and she got vending machines at different malls, and she has her own salon, and as well as a storefront, so people purchase her hair and also get their hair done. So she's doing it. Now she's launching a hair care line to take care of that hair with the wigs that she be selling. So her husband Cliff, who she calls Zaddy, and she is doing the hair care line, and he wanted to invest. But when he said he go invest, he said he needs to have input. You need to listen to what I say. You need to listen to what I do. You need to listen to what I want you to do. And she said, this is my hairline and everything, and you could be investing, but it's still mine. I have things how I want to run. I have a vision how I want it to be run in my vision. And just like there, just write the check and let me handle it. And he said, okay, I'll go write the check. Because he was like, no, I want to have say-so when I'm in this company, and if I put money into it, I'm gonna have to say. What I said, as a investor, yes, investing your money on the vision and the goal the person invested in, but not much you gonna be dictating how it go runs. You want your money to go where you vision and where you agreed upon and what the person was selling you. So then again, once you invest the money in, yes, you want to succeed, so you go checking them here and there, but I don't think you gonna be so much in dictating how they run it, because if you really bought into the vision and how they run it in the first place, that's when you start investing your money. But I know you have some leeway in deciding what needs to be done because you invested the money, but let the person handle it. So I understand he has some input, but it made it seem like he said, listen, I put my money in, you need to listen to me. And I was like, oh, I don't know where Latrice going to handle that. So she was a little bit bothered when he got on the phone, because he said the publicist Mel was beautiful, and she said, "Oh, thank you," and stuff. And she was like, "You don't tell the other woman beautiful and stuff." He said, "Well, it's a compliment. If I compliment her, what's wrong with it? Are you bothered by it?" She said, "No." So, it is what it is. And I said, "Oh, okay." I mean, yes, people are beautiful. You're beautiful. You say somebody's beautiful, somebody handsome, and all that stuff. I don't know. Maybe I want to say that in front of her face like that and one other thing, but hey, it is what it is. So we'll see how that goes. Well, we already know that Latrice and Cliff is neck to neck, because she said he's she his shadow and he's her shadow. So basically, wherever she go, he could be around. So basically, he is not too far where she's at. So if she have an event, he go be there. Or not her not have an event, but if she goes somewhere, she always bringing Cliff around, and he always got to see where she's at and where she's go at all times of day. And I said, that's too much. Like, why you need to check up on your wife, and why you need to be there with your wife is at? Like, you afraid that she would do something? Because we already know they have a 20 years difference of gap, and he's 20 years older. So it's like, are you worried that she might step out? Or you worried about she might be this wild child or something like that? Because you always gotta be next to her and tame her like she a child. I don't know how that goes. It feels weird. To have him always by your side, like you can't go to parties and stuff like that without him knowing and not him getting approval. He always gotta be around when you go to events like that. Yes, he let you go to the brunch, but you had to tell him that you was going to the brunch, because if he would say anything else, he would have said no. And he said, "Oh yeah, sure, you could go." Like, you need his permission. Like, if you want to go to the woman empowerment brunch, go to the woman empowerment brunch. Okay. All right, so next, Tambra and Letitia were sitting down because Letitia wanted to bring Tambra up to speed of what happened at her brunch. And Tambra couldn't make it because she had a prior engagement. And they sat down and talked, and Letitia told Tambra what's happened. And she said, oh my gosh, what's going on? And Tambra got that bubbly voice. Oh my God, what's going on? Like, and the brunch, I missed it, and this is crazy. I have my birthday. And that's how she had that squeaky laugh voice. But I like her bubbly personality. So they were telling her that how Maria Latrice got at it when she was doing her affirmations and she was getting it. I said the affirmation wasn't all that, girl, but it is what it is. But they were the affirmations, and while she was doing that, she noticed that Maria and Latrice was going back and forth together, and it was like she didn't even get the chance to even brought the Ferris Street project up because they overshadowed the project. They overshadowed her even announcing it because they had the argument. And she was like, oh my gosh, because Tambra said she had a birthday party coming up. And she invited all the ladies. So she want to know if the ladies going to be behaving at her event. And she said, I don't guarantee that because when they had to turn up to my brunch, I can't guarantee you. But I'm going to make sure as your friend that I'm going to at least mediate things so it won't get too far and it won't ruin your birthday. And she said, okay, cool. And she just want to know if they want to have a good time at her birthday party and not turn up and being dramatic and Lord drama and fighting at birthday parties. I said, yeah, we shouldn't be doing that. Okay. So we get Marie. Oh yeah, Letitia told Tambra she should go meet with Miss Dorothy, who is the community liaison of the Ferris Street project of the Ferris Street, and she go meet with her and see what's going on and get a tour of the street and get the history behind different things and stuff like that and express to her entrance in this project and buying the street and revitalizing it. So she'll meet with her later on. So Marie met with her, I think her partner in the business. I forgot her name, but she met with her partner in the business, and she told her exactly what happened to the brunch because you say, oh my gosh, you didn't even tell me or you didn't even call me what happened to the brunch. And she just said that how she brought up to the brunch to Latrice exactly how she felt about the product, and she said Latrice went off on her. But I said, Marie, you came off at her really negative way. It wasn't concern. You didn't pull her to the side like I would have done, like I said in my other review. Pull her to the side and talk to her about it, and then she'd probably be more understanding and bring the receipt and stuff like that. But we all figured know that she said she's had a stylist that she gave the hair to work her hair out. So maybe the person who she gave that hair to as she bought the hair switched the product because they know Latrice's hair is great. So the stylist had the hair, had her hair, probably had somebody else's hair, and then he did what he wanted and then he switched it. Maybe that's what happened. So it's not necessarily it was Latrice's fault. But the fact how you came about it, maybe she would have been understanding and say, you know what, I'm sorry this happened. I will give you another hair. I will give you your money back. What and so like that. Provide a seat that you came here. Tell me explain what happened. But the fact that you came out of the dinner table and try to out her out in front of everybody else and make her look bad and destroy her business and her reputation, that's not good. So you went about it the wrong way, but you made it seem like Latrice was going off the rockers and you were so innocent trying to tell her about her hair. I said that was not the right time and place. Like you said, it was the right time and place of Tambra party. You should have said that at the same time at the brunch. It was the right time and place to talk to her about the hair, and it wasn't right to say that in front of everybody else. You should have brought her to the side. But it is what it is. So she said, oh, Tambra having a birthday party? Oh, I'll fix her. I'll go fix her. But then again, at the party, she didn't say nothing. Like, she didn't even be bothered because she said, oh, this is not the time and place for it. But you say you go talk to her about it or get her together like you said. All right. But we got more background story of Marie. And I mentioned this on a pre-episode talk. And it's that she's taking care of 4 children. A 20 years old, a teenage boy, 2 teenage boys and a daughter. And she also takes care of 3 grandbabies who live in a house. And all 3 grandbabies is Joel's, her older kid's son, who's 21 years old, and he got 3 kids already. But I think about 3 different baby mamas. And he's off at college right now. So she take care of 3, and she said she loves her grandchildren. She will not trade them in the world. But she said it's plenty amount of times that she wanted to stop and say no, that it's his responsibility, which it is his responsibility, because if you take care of his responsibility, it's to void him, it's like alleviate him the responsibility of taking care and stepping up and being the father of the kids, because he laid down and had these kids. He should be able to step up and take care of them. Now, because your mom is a millionaire and she has money, it's easy for him to have her step up and take care of the grandkids. But I would say at the end of the day, it's your children. See, he lucky he has a mother who has money. What about he have money, a mother who doesn't have money and who can't be able to be there for your kids? Now these kids will be the baby mamas with no father around, all that stuff. So she said she take care of the kids, her kids, the grandbabies, and the baby mamas. I said with the baby mamas, why are you taking care of them? I understand, because they the mother of the children that Joelle's has intimacy with and had the children, but at the same time taking care of them. But he said every time they call me, she breaks down, and she's not gonna break down crying, but she's like, she falters and it's saying, all right, I give in and I will help you and stuff like that. But I said, so out of all said and done, and we already know, and I mentioned in a pre-episode, that it will be some tensions between her son and Marie, and we won't know what the underlying issues is, but it will be some heated things going on, and he gonna say he hates his mom and all that stuff, and he's gonna be angry, his anger issues. So we will see how that goes. I'm looking for that to turn out and reveal this stuff, because I want to know what has she done to make him feel like he hates her and want to punch the wall and go off the rockers when she takes care of your 3 kids and put you in the college and everything. So we'll see. Doesn't mean money solves everything. And I maybe some issues between the communication and relationship she had with her son. But at the same time, man, you have not much to say and going bad about her when she is stepping up and taking care of you and your kids. Okay? So we'll see how that goes. It seems like next week they're going to show up more of that anger side of her son and taping and what issues is between those two. Alright, so Letitia met with Miss Dorothy, the community liaison, and Miss Dorothy just told her different things about different buildings and the restaurants and the history of the street and how it was. And Letitia said she's very passionate about that because her grandfather, while she was growing up, has been telling her about Ferris Street and how it was and how it was good. And she reminded him of, what was it? I think somebody that he knows. I think his wife or something like that. Of the thing. So he told her about it. It was a great idea, and he passed away recently. So she knows that he will be proud of her doing this. Like that, he knew that she wants to do this, and that's what he mentioned in that stuff like that show. So she's very passionate about bringing Ferris Street bring back to life, because her grandfather was so proud, and so he was so enamored about how the Ferris Street was. So we'll see how that goes. And then she continued that, because Miss Dorothy said, I appreciate you. I'm happy that you're doing this, and I give you my blessings. I know your grandfather will be proud of you right now. And she said, let's do it. Let's get down to it. Let's go. All right. So we get Dr. Antoinette and Latrice met up. And Latrice came with a gift offering of a sample product of her hair care line. And Dr. Antoinette invited her over because she is revamping the house, basically redecorating it, because the house that she's in now is where her house and her husband was living together, but now they divorced. It was a quick divorce. She said it was very quickly. It didn't drag out. It was signed, dated, down the line, and that's it. And I guess she kept the house, and he out somewhere else. What he doing? And she just redecorated it. It's gonna be no bachelor pad and nowhere. It's her little house, and that's she brought Latrice over. But she said when she was redecorating it, she found different memorabilia of him stuff and all the stuff that they made together, like baseball caps, baseball items, picture magazines and stuff that she had in the box. It brought back memories of her relationship. And she said the main killer of why she and her husband is not together anymore was children. I guess in some way, shape, or form, while she was building up her practice as a dentist, because she is a doctor, as doing being a dentist, and she built her own private practice. She wanted to focus on career. The topic of children came about, and she was not ready to just give up her career and just be a stay-at-home mom. And I guess that's what he wanted, and take care of the children. But also another issue that she was worried about is having biracial children, because her growing up, her herself being biracial, she had a hard time people being racist about how can she fit in, and she's not black enough, or she too black to be the white group, and she just in the middle and she can't fit in any type of group. So all you go be claiming your black side, you claiming your white side. It's like the struggles of being biracial, and she's worried about that because she didn't want her children to have any issues or stuff like that. But I say you cannot stop any children from having any issues when they go to school and stuff like that, because it always brings about problem. Helps grow a person, and when you have conflict and you be able to handle things and you learn from that, then it lets you be wiser. So she was so fearful of that, and having children, and also trying not to give up, and she want to focus on practice her career. So at that time she was not ready to do all that. She's not ready to give all that up, which I understand that. I was like, listen, you build yourself up, you still young. I think she's in her 20s and stuff, and that to have children and stop your career, drop your goal just to have children and have back to back like that, no. So that's what the main reason is, that, and her racial forethought that she will think that her children will suffer, and that's what will make her pause, and the children and stuff. And that's what caused the breakdown of the relationship. So she said she would get it together and everything, and that was her life, that was her thing, and now she's just got to move forward from her own thing and just be happy. So she later on, she go to meet in the baseball field with her friend Kaylin, and they sat and they talked, because Kaylin was there throughout the whole marriage, and they met before her husband even met, or during the time she met her husband, and they was good. And she said, are you holding back? Are you really finally let go? Because it seemed like you have a war up. Like, you say you want to letting go, but you still holding on to it. So are you finally going to let this go? Because, listen, this is the ball. Are you over it? She said, I'm over it. I think I'm over it. I don't know. She said, it just like she was everything with him. Her whole identity basically was tied up with him and everything. Now he's gone. Now I don't know what's up. Like, what's up with me? Like, who am I? Basically is what she's saying. Who am I? Am I going to be enough without him? And I say, yes, you're going to be enough. You need to reiterate yourself and focus on your own individual self, and know that you are good enough to move forward. And I say, hey, that's it. That's it. And she'll be okay. Dr. Etronette will be okay, and she needs to get herself together and work on individual stuff and move forward. Well, we know she's gonna start dating someone else later on, but that was shown in the pre-episode, so we'll see how that goes. All right, so we got Tambra Cherie was going out to get clothes shopping for her stylist Ken, and they was going to get. She said it was 2 outfits she was going to try and get for a party, and it's 2 events. Because she said one is an intimacy event with her family, so like that, and another one's with a lot of group of friends, and they talk, and she said her family, her mom and dad, especially want her to settle down, have children, be married, and stuff like that. You know, most parents want that for your kids. But Tambra Cherie is 40 years old, and she wasn't ready to have a child or have a children. She did freeze her eggs, so the possibility she could be ready to have kids if she wants to. She says she's 40, but you know that's like high risk. Doesn't mean that she can't have it, but it's high risk of her carrying it or stuff like that. So we'll see how that goes. And so she froze her eggs. She said she had fibroid issues, so she had surgeries, and also so she's kind of worried. And she was hoping to be married before she had children, and she working on her career of being, I guess, a 24/7 video personality. So that's all the stuff she was focused on. She was so focused on her career, she wasn't focused on the marriage, the children, stuff like that. But she said if she want to have children, she want to be married to someone. All right, so I understand that. So it's a clock is ticking. But she also tells the story of how she had an NBA player who was offering her $1 million to have a baby by her. And I said, baby with her. And I said, oh, I don't know if I could step. I don't know. NBA player could offer me $1 million just to have a baby. I mean, understand where she's coming from because she said, I'm not in love with him. I wasn't in a relationship with him. To offer me $1 million, I mean, yes, the money will look nice, but at the same time, it's take more than $1 million. It's not just $1 million. So her stylist said, you'll give us $1 million and he's still around and he's going to be at the party and stuff like that. I said, why you hung up on the money, not at the aspect? Because when she had that baby, her whole life might change. It's like, it's not just the money aspect. It's a fact, and he's an NBA player, so he not gonna be around as much. He'll be traveling and doing games, so you gonna be taking care of the kids most of the time and doing this and stress and all that stuff. And the fact you don't have someone with somebody you didn't be in love with or you're not married with to have a baby just because of a money connection agreement y'all decided to have, I say that's too much. I know some people will get along and some people will do it. So I don't know if y'all will do it. I don't know if I can do it. But I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy, but that does seem weird. Because I said, if I'm going to have a child with someone, I at least got to have something going on. It can't be just motivated by a money factor. All right. So at the party, Latrice, Cliff, a.k.a. Zaddy, and Dr. Antoinette came together. And like I said, everywhere Latrice go, Cliff comes. And he's not too far behind. He always gonna be around. So there's a little entourage. And I said, oh my gosh, this is gonna get my nerves trying to follow her all the damn time. Like, do you got somewhere else? You got your group of friends that you can hang out with? And it's at the party. And Marie was there. Everybody came. And Letitia was trying to break the ice, at least to get girls to get together. At least hash out the differences so y'all could be together at one point. So y'all could be or on board with the project. Basically, that was her end goal. But she know a party, she don't want nobody to mess up Tamba's event. So she tried to keep the peace. And Letitia, for the most part, was the peacemaker in everything, situation about the interaction, all that stuff. So the lady was asking what Marie do. And she said, oh, she's a health professional, health care and mental health multimillionaire, and she do mental health private practices. And they said, oh, she professional. She said, oh, well, she only professional when she's not 9 to 5. And outside of that, she's not professional. So she just said, we're not going to bath my friend when she's not here. Okay? And everything. She said, okay, right. I said, oh, no. I said, no, we're not going to bath my when she's not here. We're not going to bath my for her. But you ask me what she do, I tell you what she do. Now, not saying that she's 100% right, but it was a lot going on with the brunch and everything. And they would talk about it, and it was not trying to go deep down into the brunch. Because I said, oh my God. So the street was over it. Marie came in. She was not trying to get down, trying not to interact with Latrice. So Letitia and Marie met up together. And they sat down. They talked about it. And Latrice and Mel and I guess all other people came to the table with Cliff. And they were trying to talk about it. But Marie said, nope. It's not the time and place. This is Tamba Cherie party, and we're going to celebrate Tamba Cherie. So this is not the time that we talk about her. And I said, I understand. I definitely understand that. It definitely is. Talk about the brunch. We talk about it another time. I said you should have had the same energy at the brunch to talk to her at a different time, and that wasn't a time and place to disrespect your friend Letitia event, to bring them up here. That was probably based on misunderstanding or whatever. So the fact that you was sitting there and that you was so stone cold and they was doing toasting and trying to bury the hashes to light the mood, and she was sitting there. So I can't be fake. I can't be fake. I ain't sitting here being fake. Or I said, you know about being fake, girl. Just, oh my God, you had to click her glass, click her teacher friend, and just take a drink. Calm your nerve down. So teacher say you a bigger, better person. If she ain't go low, don't go low with them. Just do it. You gotta remind yourself you can't take you there. And the teacher talked her down. She said, you know what, you right. We'll have fun. You right. And they hug it out and all that stuff. Letitia and Dr. Antoinette met, and they buried the hash. They didn't really have beef, but if Dr. Antoinette let her know that she'd been talking about her brunch because the brunch was a disaster, she said, it's okay. And I'm going to talk about the wig that you have 2 dishes up here. You got to bring it down. She said, girl. And they had a little kicky shade moment. and stuff. And then Tamber had a little toast at the end, and that's it. That was how the episode ended. They had a good time and stuff like that. I said glad it didn't turn into an argument, but Carlos King did say that Latrice and Marie will have bump heads a lot during the season, so we'll see how more where that goes with them. But that was Belle Collective, y'all. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Tell me how y'all feel about this episode, and I'll talk to y'all later. All right, peace.